and gentlemen, we got him.
From Newcastle announcing the signing of an exciting talent from Everton, to Newcastle striking PSV agreement as hidden switch is confirmed on social media, to Newcastle closing in on prolific signing after massive raised offer has been accepted,
Wow! Beautiful!
to Newcastle advancing with move for AC Milan star, to Martin Dubravka sending bombshell message to Eddie Howe after two surprise signings, to Newcastle revealing their Elliot Anderson replacement, to uncovering the Newcastle United player pictured in Middle East ahead of summer transfer exit.
Shit. Got your ass.
Plus, we'll also discuss Newcastle's opening game of the Sela Cup as summer plans take shape. Join us as we uncover the latest Newcastle United news. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because you won't want to miss a single moment of this incredible journey.
Let's go.
Starting off, in their ongoing efforts to bolster their defensive ranks, Newcastle United have identified and are advancing pursuit for AC Milan's Malick Thiaw as a prime target, according to exclusive information provided to Give Me Sport by respected journalist Ben Jacobs. The Magpies, who have enjoyed a remarkable resurgence under the stewardship of Eddie Howe, are determined to continue strengthening their squad, particularly in the central defensive position, where Fabian Schär and Sven Botman have firmly established themselves as the club's first-choice partnership. Thiaw, the 22-year-old German international, has emerged as a player of significant interest to the Newcastle hierarchy. The imposing centre-back, who can also operate in defensive midfield or on the right side of a back four, represents an attractive proposition due to his evident versatility and potential for development. The potential acquisition of Thiaw could come at a significant cost, with journalist Andrea Longoni suggesting that AC Milan could demand around €30 million for the player's services. This hefty price tag reflects the highly rated youngster's growing reputation and the Italian club's reluctance to part ways with him. Last season, Thiaw made 30 appearances across all competitions for Milan, showcasing his ability to perform at the highest level. However, the Rossoneri's wealth of central defensive options, including the likes of Fikayo Tomori and Matteo Gabbia, could make a move away from the San Siro an enticing prospect for the player. According to Jacobs, Thiaw is firmly on Newcastle's extensive list of potential defensive reinforcements. Despite the Italian club's hesitance to sanction his departure, Newcastle are advancing on Malick Thiaw smoothly. The reliable journalist emphasized that any outgoings from the Magpies squad could provide the necessary cash flow to aid their pursuit of the German defender, underscoring the importance of the club's overall transfer strategy in this particular case. Newcastle are advancing on Malick Thiaw as well, the German defender who's on their shortlist to potentially be a new centre-back. AC Milan don't really want to sell, so that isn't an easy deal to get over the line, and this is why Newcastle were looking to bring in some funds from these outgoings. It's not just about satisfying the PSR concerns, it's also about generating a bit of budget so they can move a bit more ambitiously in the market. So if they do want to put an important offer down for Thiaw, or they do want to increase the bid or place the cash-only bid for Kilman, they feel they can afford to do so without any concerns over breaches. So outgoings have been important for Newcastle, and that is with a view to funding their summer as well as the PSR side of things, said Ben Jacobs. To better understand Thiaw's potential fit within Newcastle's backline, the data shows that Thiaw holds his own against his potential new teammates. His pass success rate of 91.6% is the highest among the trio, indicating strong ball-playing abilities. Additionally, Thiaw's tackling rate of 1.6 per game is the best in the group, showcasing his defensive prowess. While Schär's overall rating of 6.81 and interception per game is the highest, Thiaw's rating of 6.59 is not far behind, suggesting he could seamlessly integrate into Newcastle's backline. As Eddie Howe continues to shape his squad and build upon the impressive progress made last season, the acquisition of a player like Malick Thiaw could be a significant step forward. The young defender's versatility, coupled with his potential for growth, make him an intriguing target for the ambitious Magpies. However, navigating the negotiations with AC Milan and balancing any incomings with potential outgoings will be crucial for Newcastle as they seek to strengthen their backline and maintain their upward trajectory. The pursuit of Thiaw promises to be a complex and challenging endeavor, but one that could pay significant dividends for the club in the long run. Then moving on in a potentially game-changing development, Reports coming out of Spain indicate that Newcastle United are closing in on the signing of Barcelona winger Raphinha after the Magpies increased their offer for the talented Brazilian player. Newcastle have already been active in the summer transfer window, having completed 4 new signings so far. The club has brought in Lewis Hall, Lloyd Kelly, John Ruddy, and Odysseus Vlachodimos, while also seeing Elliot Anderson and Yankuba Minte depart for Nottingham Forest and Brighton respectively. Now, the focus for Newcastle appears to have shifted to strengthening their attacking options, and Raphinha has emerged as a prime target. According to the reports, Barcelona have accepted an improved offer from Newcastle for the winger, with the Magpies having raised their bid to a significant 60 million euros. This development suggests that Newcastle are closing in on securing the signature of the former Leeds United star, who had been a key figure in Xavi's plans at Barcelona last season. However, the situation is not entirely straightforward, as the reports indicate that Raphinha is not very tempted by the move to Newcastle. The Brazilian international is said to have 2 key requirements for any potential summer transfer. He wants to join a club that is competing in the UEFA Champions League and is fighting for trophies. Unfortunately for Newcastle, they do not currently meet those criteria, as they are not involved in the Champions League and are not yet seen as serious contenders for major silverware. The report suggests that this could be a significant stumbling block in Newcastle's pursuit of Raphinha, as the player may not be fully convinced by the project at St. James's Park, despite the club's ambitious plans and significant resources following their recent takeover. It is also worth noting that the Spanish media have been quite active in linking Newcastle with Barcelona players since the club's ownership change, and there have been instances where they have attempted to convince the Magpies of offers that did not ultimately materialize. We seem to be their tool for generating interest in their players. Let's not forget when they tried to convince us we offered Bruno plus cash for Raphinha. This raises some questions about the reliability of the current reports, and caution should be exercised in fully accepting the details as presented. Overall, while Newcastle appear to have made significant progress in their pursuit of Raphinha, with Barcelona reportedly accepting their improved 60 million euros offer, the player's reluctance to join a club not competing in the Champions League or fighting for major trophies may still prove to be a significant hurdle for the Magpies in their efforts to secure his signature. Then furthermore, according to iNews, Newcastle United are accelerating their interest in signing Nottingham Forest's attacking midfielder Morgan Gibbs-White this summer. The Magpies are said to be really wanting to secure the services of the talented 24-year-old player. The relationship between Newcastle and Nottingham Forest has been positive, with the 2 clubs recently collaborating on player signings to ensure compliance with the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. This cooperation may have laid the groundwork for further negotiations between the clubs. According to the reports, Newcastle are prepared to table a substantial offer for Gibbs-White, with the player potentially costing the Magpies as much as £60 million. This significant price tag may raise some concerns from a P&S perspective, as Newcastle would need to ensure that the deal fits within their financial framework. Gibbs-White enjoyed a successful 2022-23 campaign with Nottingham Forest, contributing 5 goals and providing 10 assists to help the club secure a 3rd consecutive season in the Premier League. His impressive performances have attracted interest from various clubs, including Tottenham Hotspur, who are also rumored to be monitoring the player's situation. While the midfield position may not be an immediate priority for Newcastle, the potential departure of Elliot Anderson could create a need for reinforcements in that area. However, with the Magpies already boasting a strong starting midfield, it remains to be seen whether they will prioritize a move for Gibbs-White or focus their financial resources on addressing other positions, such as centre-back and right wing. 2 factors that could work against Newcastle's pursuit of Gibbs-White is the player's potential desire to join a club competing in European football next season. If the Magpies fail to secure a spot in European competitions, it may impact their chances of luring the highly rated midfielder to St. James's Park. Secondly, the move could also be determined by Alfie Harrison's performance in the coming friendlies. This is because a very reliable source has indicated that the club were willing to offload Anderson due to how well Alfie Harrison is doing. He has surprised a few since he's arrived, being even better than they had initially thought he would be. It's set to be a big season for him next year. Overall, the potential transfer of Morgan Gibbs-White to Newcastle United represents a significant financial investment and a potential strategic move for the Magpies. The club's ability to navigate the P&S regulations while strengthening their squad will be crucial in determining the outcome of this potential transfer saga. Then, in an exciting move, 16-year-old defender Epia has officially confirmed his transfer to Newcastle United's academy, following his departure from Everton. Epia, who has represented Poland at the youth level and is also eligible for England and Nigeria, took to Instagram to share the news, posting a picture of himself in a Newcastle United 2024-25 home shirt with the caption, "Happy to officially sign for Newcastle United." The left-sided defender was previously listed as a Newcastle United under-18 midfielder on the Premier League website, indicating the club's keen interest in the young talent. The move comes as part of Newcastle's ongoing academy recruitment drive, with the club also securing a deal with Portsmouth for 14-year-old midfielder CJ Afumuza. Additionally, they are pushing to complete a deal to sign 16-year-old midfielder Rory Finneran from Blackburn Rovers, who made his first team debut for the Championship club in the FA Cup back in January and has been a regular for their under-21 side. In a farewell message to Everton, where Epia spent the last 7 years, the young defender expressed his gratitude to the staff and players who supported his development, acknowledging that it was a tough decision, but he felt the time has come for him to find a new challenge. The potential link-up between Epia and Finneran at Newcastle's academy has been hinted at, with Finneran reacting to Epia's latest Instagram post with clapping emojis, and Epia responding with an eyes emoji, suggesting the duo may be reunited on Tyneside. Newcastle's summer recruitment drive in the academy space is a clear indication of the club's commitment to nurturing young talent and building for the future. The additions of Epia, Afumuzor, and potentially Finneran are expected to bolster the Magpies' pipeline of promising players, as they aim to develop the next generation of talent to support the club's long-term ambitions. To ensure their youth development further, Newcastle United have also announced the hiring of Jack Brazil as the new under-16 lead coach, further strengthening their ever-improving academy. Brazil, a 30-year-old coach, has confirmed his switch to the Northeast on social media, expressing his excitement to return to his homeland after spending the last 8 years working abroad. During his time on the continent, Brazil enjoyed spells as an assistant coach for PSV's under-17 and under-18, as well as serving as the elite head coach for the under-12 and under-14 at Vålerenga. This latest appointment follows Newcastle's recent recruitment of several promising young talents, including Epia from Everton, Hayden Lucas from Clevedon, and CJ Afumuzor from Portsmouth, all of whom have joined the club's under-16 setup. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, Brazil shared his reflections on the fantastic years he spent across 3 different countries and cultures, expressing his gratitude for the experiences and the people who have accepted him as one of their own, saying, "After 8 years living outside my homeland, it's time to move home. Reflecting on these fantastic years across 3 different countries and cultures, I'm proud, grateful for the experience, for all the people along the way who've accepted me as one of their own. Thank you." The move to hire Brazil as the under-16 lead coach is yet another small but impactful change behind the scenes, as Newcastle continue to push for improvements across all departments of their academy. This strategic investment in their youth development is a clear indication of the club's commitment to building a strong foundation for the future. While Newcastle may still have a long way to go to match the elite teams like Manchester City, they are steadily and methodically building what they hope will become a very successful academy in the long term. The addition of an experienced and well-traveled coach like Jack Brazil is expected to play a crucial role in this ongoing process. Moving on, according to the latest reports from Ben Jacobs, recently supported Keith Downey that Newcastle United are open to offers for midfielder Miguel Almiron, with a figure of around £20 million being discussed. The situation surrounding the Paraguayan international's future at St. James's Park has attracted early interest from Saudi Arabian clubs. Specifically, it is understood that Al Qadsiya have Almiron on their list of options, though he is not considered a priority target for the Saudi club at this time. Additionally, Al-Shabaab have indicated a willingness to return for Almiron, but only if they receive clear encouragement after failing to secure a deal for the player in January. Meanwhile, Steven Gerrard's Ettifaq club is not currently working on a deal for Almiron, despite previous links. The central dealmakers and PIF-backed public investment fund clubs in Saudi Arabia are still assessing the possibility of signing the Newcastle midfielder, with the main factor being whether Almiron has changed his mind about a move to the region, having been reluctant to do so in January. However, a recent report from Arab News Sport claimed that Ettifaq were reportedly close to finalizing a deal with Newcastle to sign Almiron. But in response, the reliable journalist Ben Jacobs has stated that Ettifaq are not currently in talks to sign Almiron, and that the total cost of such a deal is viewed as too expensive, with no approach made to date. Ettifaq's focus is said to be on signing Al-Fayha's Fashion Sakala, should winger Demarai Gray depart the club. As such, the future of Almiron at Newcastle United remains uncertain, with the club open to offers and interested parties in Saudi Arabia evaluating their options. Then, in a surprising turn of events, Newcastle United goalkeeper Martin Dubravka has expressed uncertainty over his future at the club, following the recent arrivals of new shot stoppers at St. James's Park. Dubravka, who has been representing Slovakia at the ongoing European Championships, revealed that he is unsure about his standing at Newcastle after the Magpies bolstered their goalkeeping department with some high-profile signings. The 35-year-old Slovak international has been a mainstay in the Newcastle lineup since joining the club in 2018, making over 150 appearances for the Premier League side. However, the recent transfer activity at the club has cast doubt over Dubravka's long-term future. Dubravka admitted he needs to speak with the manager, Howe, to clarify his position, claiming he doesn't know if the club want to keep him. Although the writing appears to be on the wall after two new arrivals to compete with Nick Pope. When asked about his future, Dubravka said, "I have no idea. I have seen they are talking with other goalkeepers. I need to speak with the manager first. What is the plan for me? What is my future? I don't know if they want me to stay or not. It is difficult for me because I have been focused on my job with the national team." The uncertainty surrounding Dubravka's future comes after Newcastle completed the signings of Greek goalkeeper Odysseas Vlachodimos from Nottingham Forest and veteran shot-stopper John Ruddy on a free transfer. Additionally, the club already has Nick Pope and Mark Gillespie on their books, further crowding the goalkeeping department. Dubravka's comments suggest that the club may be open to offloading the experienced goalkeeper, who has entered the final year of his contract at St. James's Park. This has led to speculation that the Slovakian could be a potential target for Scottish champions Celtic, who are reportedly interested in his services. Interestingly enough, Craig Hope revealed in the same piece that Celtic held talks with the 35-year-old's agent prior to Euro 2024. Nothing was agreed, but that move could be one to watch following Slovakia's exit from the tournament. The timing of Dubravka's uncertainty is particularly poignant as he was just left heartbroken by a stoppage-time defeat against England in the European Championships. Jude Bellingham's overhead kick in the final moments of the match denied Slovakia a historic victory, with Harry Kane's header in extra time sealing England's dramatic comeback win. "It would have been the biggest night in our football history," said Dubravka in an interview with the Daily Mail. "That is football. We gave them the littlest opportunity and they took it. It was devastating, it hurts, but we showed that people can count on us. We played brilliant football, and we have done throughout our time here. We deserved much more, but that goal changed everything. Credit to Jude, what can you say? He hit it nice. It was just a pity for us. He is a special player. This is his year. He was in the right place at the right moment." Also, in another significant development, it appears that Newcastle United midfielder Isaac Hayden is preparing to depart the club once again this summer. The 29-year-old player has been spotted training hard in the Middle East, specifically at the Aspitar, an orthopedic and sports medicine hospital in Doha, Qatar. Hayden has not featured for the Magpies since December 2021, having been frozen out by head coach Eddie Howe. He spent the 2022-23 campaign on loan at Norwich City, followed by spells at Standard Liège and Queen's Park Rangers last season. As the majority of Howe's first-team squad prepares to return for pre-season training within the next fortnight, Hayden, similar to last year, will continue his preparations away from the club's Benton training ground while a move to another club is finalized. It is worth noting that Hayden's current contract with Newcastle United does not expire until 2026. However, the club may explore a mutual termination of his contract, waive any potential transfer fee, or even sanction another loan move. One potential destination for Hayden is Queen's Park Rangers, who have expressed interest in re-signing the player. However, The terms of any potential deal would need to be right for all parties involved. Hayden's decision to train at the Aspetar facility in Doha, Qatar, suggests that he is dedicated to maintaining his fitness and preparing for his next opportunity, as he looks to secure a move away from Newcastle United in the upcoming transfer window. The situation surrounding Hayden's future at Newcastle United highlights the complexities and challenges that can arise within a Premier League squad, where players may find themselves out of favor or struggling to secure regular playing time. As the summer transfer window approaches, the focus will be on whether the club and the player can reach an agreement that benefits all involved. Then, in other Newcastle United news, as the 2024-25 Premier League season approaches, Newcastle United's pre-season plans are beginning to take shape, with the club set to participate in the upcoming Sela Cup. According to latest developments, Newcastle will face La Liga club Girona in the opening game of the Sela Cup, which is scheduled to take place at St. James's Park on Friday, August 9th, with a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. This fixture will serve as an ideal test for Eddie Howe's side before their Premier League opener against Southampton the following weekend, August 17th. Girona, who finished third in La Liga last season, will be taking part in the UEFA Champions League this year, making them a formidable opponent for the Magpies in this pre-season clash. This matchup will provide Newcastle with the opportunity to gauge their readiness against a team competing at the highest level of European club football. The Sela Cup will feature 2 games for Newcastle, with another match scheduled for Saturday, August 10th at 4 p.m. The other 2 participating clubs in the tournament are yet to be confirmed, but the event is expected to offer a valuable opportunity for the Magpies to fine-tune their preparations ahead of the new campaign. This pre-season fixture against Girona is part of a broader schedule for Newcastle, which includes a trip to Hull City later this month. The club's ability to navigate these pre-season challenges and build momentum ahead of the 2024-25 season will be closely watched by their supporters. The Sela Weekender, as the tournament is known, has previously featured other notable teams such as OGC Nice, Villarreal, and Fiorentina, indicating the caliber of opponents Newcastle can expect to face as they prepare for the upcoming season. With the Sela Cup clash against Girona and the other preseason fixtures on the horizon, Newcastle fans will be eager to see how their team fares against top-level competition as they look to build on their successes from the previous campaign and potentially challenge for even greater heights in the new season. Then finally, in an exciting, massive update that will change Newcastle's future forever, if you want to know, click the video link on screen now.